Hi everyone, welcome to Gaga's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. And I know you've probably eaten some really bad shepherd's pie, but this one, I promise you, is very good. You know, shepherd's pie was made when people didn't have much food, and at the end of the week, they would use every little thing that they had left over. So actually, I'm going to be using quite a few leftovers myself, and it works out really well. The first thing I'm going to add on the bottom layer is I have some leftover roast, and I put a can of celery soup with it. Now a lot of people like mushroom soup. It's really up to you which to buy, but I just love celery soup were my recipes. I never did care too much for mushroom. And our next thing that we add is I'm going to be cooking a few little things. I don't cook it, I just sort of let them wilt. And it's garlic, a little bit of garlic. It was 3 cloves of garlic, and about it was 4 long pieces of celery that I just cut up tiny. And I think that's it. Oh no, here's the shredded carrots. I got these this time because the store right now is out of quite a few things, but I think this will work well because I made a carrot salad out with it. So this is left over carrot salad, and my celery is left over. So I'm just wilting them a little bit, maybe with a tablespoon of olive oil. Actually, those little carrot shreds might be really good. Okay, now our celery, garlic, and carrots are ready to add to the pie. You know, a lot of people make it with hamburger. You can. It's good. I just, like I said, I had the roast, and I figured it'd be extra good with that. I have done it with the hamburger. Takes me in my mind sometimes a little bit long. I'm going to put another tablespoon of oil in here. And I'm going to add my mushrooms. We love to, when our mushrooms are a little bit crispy. Wash these mushrooms, and I don't see any water in it, but I never saw so much black dirt on mushrooms. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to wash those, that's for sure. I'll put a little bit of salt in the mushrooms. It usually takes maybe a minute. I'm getting ready to add the mushrooms, but before I do, I'm going to put my basil and thyme. And it's a teaspoon of basil and a teaspoon of thyme. They work so good together. And here's the mushrooms. Butter in them too. It's just, they look so dry. Okay. We're about through frying. And you don't have to, but I do love them fried. What is it? The peas. This is a bag, a 12-ounce bag of frozen peas. Now I'm going to use a little bit more oil for about half of that of the white of 3 little onions, and then a half of a great big onion. think on the average, I'm sort of cooking everything 2 minutes. Okay, now there goes our onions. See, they're just barely wilted. And the very last thing I'm gonna fix is corn. You see it in a lot of shepherd's pies, but you don't really have to use corn if you don't want to. I had it left over for my grandson. I bought it for him. It was corn on the cob, and he decided he didn't want it, so that would be him. That would be our Xander. I'm going to put a little bit, and I'm going to put some butter in this corn too. Maybe a teaspoon and a half. And then I think we go to the mashed potatoes after this one. Well, now I'm going to add my corn. It's been about 2 minutes. You know, you said to use olive oil and butter today, but if you want to put a little bit of, if you're on a diet, you don't have to use olive oil and butter. You can use water. What I'm doing is just wilting everything. Okay. Now, this is the main thing in shepherd's pie, is the mashed potatoes. Now, for the mashed potatoes, I went ahead and mashed them, and I'm just using a little bit of carnation. I guess I used about 3/4 of a cup, because I have been using it. 3/4 of a cup, and then I put salt in it, and about 4 tablespoons of butter. To this, I'm going to add some little chive tops, and I'm going to add cheese. This is mozzarella because it was left over, so I figure why not go for it. Okay, let's start adding our mashed potatoes. How could you go wrong with cheesy mashed potatoes? Well, I got the potatoes on. I'm just going to rake a fork through it and make it pretty. Now, while we've been doing this, I've had my oven on at 400 degrees. This will probably go for a half an hour or 45 minutes. When the potatoes are good and brown on top, you'll know when to get it out. Well, here's our shepherd's pie, and you can see it turned out beautifully. I will tell you this, I didn't put a pan underneath it in the oven, and it ran over, and now I got to clean my oven. So when you put it in the oven, be sure and put a pan underneath it. See how pretty it turned out? I'll take a little bite of it. I know it's hot. Well, who do not love that? Well, we've had a wonderful time today, and I have company waiting for my shepherd's pie. And remember the joy. We'll see you soon.